Hello and welcome to a new Let's Play. This, as you can tell, is a very loud rendition of Pokemon Red. Let me see if I can just adjust the volume quickly before we move too much further with this. Dear God, that was loud. There we go. So, Pokemon Red. We are going to be playing this for our sort of weekend Let's Play, I suppose. Or maybe not. I've got a couple I'm sort of starting up now, and I'm going to upload one of them on the weekends and the other one at some stage. So I guess it might as well be this one. Anyway, Pokemon Red was probably the best game I owned on the Game Boy, the old one. This, Link's Awakening, and Mario 2, I think, Mario Land 2, which I really liked. And so this is what the game I'm going to play. But I'm going to do a challenge version, because I like challenge versions, and I've played various Pokemon likes to death because they basically release the same game 6 times, or however many generations we've now gone on to. So, yeah, we're going to be playing a challenge set known as the Nuzlocke Challenge. In short, there are a number of rules attached. The first rule, the most important one, is that we can only try to capture one Pokemon the first we encounter in each named area. So each of the route numbers, and also each of the named dungeons that we go through as we go through the game. We can only try and catch the first monster. If we fail, we can't get a monster in that area at all. We also, I don't think this is necessarily part of a challenge, but I'm going to apply this. I'm also not going to be able to buy any monsters either through, you can buy a Magikarp at some stage in the game, and there's the casino where you can trade coins for Pokemon. I won't be able to do those. Neither will I be able to pick up any scripted event monsters, for example Snorlax, who blocks an area. So there's that. Then there's the second part of a challenge, the big one. And really, this bit is I must name each of the Pokemon I have. They must all have nicknames, they must all have personalities and characters attributed to them. And I'm going to go with a sort of best of Shadowhawk 2012, which invariably is going to involve a lot of XCOM, because most of the good characters ended up in XCOM in some way, shape or form. But we'll see. Yeah, so they all have nicknames. Why is that important? Because whenever a Pokemon is reduced to 0 hit points, I must, rule of the challenge, put him inside the PC and consider him dead. This is a very difficult set of rules to try and play under. That is how we're going to go with this, though. So, let us begin. Pokemon Red. New game. Oh, I should have sped up the text. Oh well. Well, you should know this general plot of a Pokemon game. It is the same as all of them, eventually. Which is why I'm playing Red and not any of the newer ones. Because this is the one I owned. This is the one I liked. It also had, I'm also not going to use any missing no cheats or any glitches like that to try and win the game that way. And we shall be Shin from Pokemon. And our name is definitely Shin. And we need a rival. I might just call him Blue, actually. I'm trying to think about this, but I don't know. Who would be my great rival? Question All the Things is definitely my rival in terms of XCOM multiplayer, but we can't really fit Question All the Things in there. We'll stick with Blue. His name is Blue, and he's going to be the biggest threat to us in this challenge. The final boss, of course, but also just the fact that we have various encounters with him, and I normally end up losing 1 or 2 Pokemon in that way anyway. So we're going to be doing a lot of careful grinding in this Let's Play. Also, we're going to ignore absolutely everybody and just advance on with the game, which is going up here. Don't go into the tall grass, it's dangerous out there. There's small rats and small birds that will flee from you, I suppose, if you run up and chase them. Therefore, we need something to protect ourselves with. And here is the Pokemon Laboratory, where they have exactly 3. And here's the first real challenge of this bit. Who do we pick? Because being sensible, we should pick Bulbasaur at this point, because he will have a You'll have an advantage against both of the first 2 gym leaders. if we go with Squirtle, we'll have an advantage against the first gym leader, and Squirtle generally is a better Pokemon than Bulbasaur. Charizard, I think, is about somewhere in the middle, but also has a disadvantage to the first two. And in fact, if he gets to Charizard, which he won't do actually by the Lightning Gym, but he'll have a disadvantage there as well. So we are going to pick... Not you, unfortunately. Nope. I'm going to go with Squirtle. Because he's got the highest, he's got the best defense. And it means that Blue... Oh, nickname. Yes, we need to give him a name. We'll have him as Gaspard. We'll come up with nicknames for everybody else a bit later. What I will probably be doing in this Let's Play is probably doing some off-screen grinding, because there's definitely going to be moments where, in order to try and prevent my guys from getting killed at the boss battle or gym battle, then I'm going to have to do some training off-screen. So that'll mostly happen before I get to a gym. So this episode will probably end the moment that happens. Now this is key as well. If he kills Squirtle, this challenge ends, and this is a Let's Fail. Technically, by the rules of this challenge. So we can't afford to lose this. We shouldn't do. But you never know. Alright, Blue wants to fight. And he has sent out a Bulbasaur. We have a Gaspard. So our first abilities are Tail Whip, which is reduced defense. We'll go for that first. We've got a good amount of defense, so we should be okay here. Alright, now... Oh, darn it, I didn't mean to do that twice. But he has lowered our attack, so that's a count. His defense lowers, our attack's lowered. And we should have a reasonable amount of defense. Growl failed, excellent. See, we do much... Oh, that was a crit, that was why. Okay, this could be bad, but that's 2 and 2. No, I think we're ahead of him enough. If he's going to keep growling, we'll keep attacking. Alright, let's take him to half health. We only lose about 3, so he's got to hit us another 6 times. I think we got enough damage in us to do that. Oh, these battles are going to be really tense and ridiculous if I've got to worry about dying, but we shouldn't die here. We only need to hit him once more. He's got to hit us 3 times. Victory and chips for Gaspard. Level 6. The other side of this, of course, is because I normally do in Pokemon games, is I sort of farm Pokemon, so I will go for 3 or 4 of the same type and pick the one with the best stats. So, we won't be able to do that. We basically have no say in how this team is made up. The other side of this bang is I've taken a Pokemon that can definitely swim. If we'd taken Bulbasaur, we'd have a monster that could definitely cut. That could cause us some problems later, but we'll worry about that when it happens. So in the meantime, up we go. And we encounter the monster. So this is the only one we could have tried to capture, but we're not allowed to. So, yay. Tackle, missed. Do need to get him a water attack as soon as possible, though, because we will need that for the boss battle. I think he gets it about level 8 or 9 anyway, he gets Pobble. I'm not that up on my Pokemon lore, if I'm honest. I probably should be if we're attempting this challenge. So there we go, our first battle is over. I should have picked up a town map, that was the other thing I should have done. Because that would give me the full composition of all of the sort of towns and things. So we've already met our monster here, we cannot actually capture anything on this route, so no Pidgeys or Rattatas to help us initially. What's going to be really tough is if we have to fight... oh, what are they? The Kakunas or the Metapods in the forest, because they don't have an attack ability. And I'll be forced to take it, but I'll have to, because we will need either a Butterfree or a Beedrill, because they're quite good. I think Beedrill can have a cut ability as well, from memory. Anyway, we've now arrived at Pokemon Center, so we now get our first bit of healing. We're going to be visiting you an awful lot. Fighting fits. And you shall definitely see us again. Probably sooner than you think. Now, I believe... Oh, darn it, we should have talked to Oak first because he told us to go this far. I'm sure he did. Or, no, we get told when we get into the Mars, I'm sure of it. There we go. Yes, we came from Pallet Town. And we shall take it to him. Right, once we do this, we can then go and capture some Pokemon. And then we'll see if we can get our first companion monsters in this, in the Nuzlocke challenge. Also, it's quicker to go down here. Boink, boink, boink. Boink. And around this bit of terrain over here. But first, a battle. Yeah, Gaspard will definitely need training. But as I've said, I'm going to do a lot of that off screen because we don't want him too so tough that we can't capture things with him. That being said, he's not destroying the Rattatas at level 3, so that's a bit of a longer term concern. 24 experience points. Jump! And back to the safety of Pallet Town. Which of course does not have a Pokemon Center, rather annoyingly, so let's hope we don't take too much damage. Level 3 Pidgey. Tackle. Soon we will have abilities that will actually be able to do something, and Gust does 3 damage. Okay, we're fine with that. Well, I said we're fine with that. Hopefully we are. I think we'd actually heal in our home if we go back there. 12. Half health already. That was too tough for us, and worth less points than the Rattata. Oop, in here. I think we can take this. No, we just have to observe that. Nope. Alright, when we go back here, we'll think we can I'm sure we can take the map from there at some stage. Anyway. I must be talented as a trainer. I've beaten rats and small birds. I am clearly the best there ever was. And now the Pokedex thing, which we're not going to do at all. So as I said, we can only capture, what, a maximum of 40 Pokemon, maybe? One in each area? Most of those will be identical in some way. So this is not going to happen. I'm also not allowed to trade, because that would be getting monsters I haven't caught through the Nuzlocke rules. Not even the internal trades would allow me to do that, so... Yeah, you don't need it. Go on. There we go. Now we've been told about that. They want me to get lost. That's hardly, hardly being a good friend and rival, is he? Anyway, give me a town map. And can I go and rest up here? There we go. So yes, we can heal here. Shouldn't have been a major concern, but of course we did take half damage getting down there and we got to encounter more things on the way up. In theory. In practice, maybe not. Alright, another level 3 Pidgey. Somehow this one's stronger, see, it's got higher stats, it did 4 damage to us. But its defense is lower. No, maybe it isn't. See, I would be grabbing all of these, I would be. But I'm not allowed to. I'd be finding the best Pidgey. I thought you were one person who gave me a battle. Actually, somebody here gives me a potion. Thinking about this, somebody does give me a potion. It might even be you. And if it is you, I want that potion. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Those are especially important here. Anything which heals us is going to be massively vital. Full restores are definitely worth their weight in gold to us, especially as we can't use revives. Failed tail whip. One thing the old game did not have an experience tracker at the bottom, which is a little awkward. But it doesn't matter, they'll level up when they level up. And there we go, level 8. And we've now learned a water attack, which means we could now technically go off and do the rock gym. But first, more battle. And we'll use the bubble attack, because bubbles! It's also a level 4 Rattata, and it's dropped his speed. As a nice little secondary effect. And this guy does not want to do any damage to us. Huzzah for him. 32 experience points earned. I thought it was avoiding things by doing that. Apparently not. I should just go up and do things. This is, though, reasonable training. We can leave these monsters alone if we chose to. But it's also good to know how much damage we're doing to low-level monsters, because we might need to reference this later. Especially when we've got to capture things. And yeah, I might waste a whole bunch of Pokeballs just trying to catch one thing. I am that sort of person. Anyway, healing. And then we can go and actually begin hunting down some friends. We need some more monsters. And then we're going to go through the really rigorous hell of trying to level them up. Or, I don't know. Maybe I should do that on screen as well. I'm not sure whether that would be a good thing. It proves the challenge, at least. Right, I'm going to purchase 10 Pokeballs. Yes. You have nothing else. Actually, you gave us a sample of a product you don't sell. That's not how samples work. Okay, fair enough. Moving on. Other things sort of point out on this. You can, in certain towns, fish. Now, I think that's possibly stretching the rules. I might have done it if we didn't have a water monster, and if we get desperate, maybe we will. But I'm going to consider that breaking the rules as well for the way I'm going to run this challenge. This, though, if we go onto our little... Where's our menu? There we are. If we go onto our town map, we'll notice we're now on Route 22. So, let's encounter our first Pokemon on Route 22. I think that's a shortcut back from the Pokemon League. It's not actually a way to get there yet. Yeah. Just checking. It's... There are memories and things at work here. But this is Route 22, so our first encounter in Route 22, the monster we can add to our party is... Nidoran. Okay, it's level 2. Gaspard, do not kill this thing. Okay, that's as good as I can do. So, Pokeball. And this will be a really useful capture, actually. It is... Poison Pin monster. Basically, it's a poison ground type by the time it gets to King. I think it might require a trade to get there, though. There are 4 monsters in this first game which require a trade to level, and I think... No, this might require a Moonstone. And yes, we always want to give nicknames. This is going to be... He looks like a demon from hell. So this shall be Doom Guy. No, actually. Should be Doommon, but we'll go with Doom Guy. Okay, so let's go and heal Doom Guy. And we've done our first part of the Nuzlocke challenge complete, and we got a reasonably useful Pokemon for it. Is there anything up here? No, just a tree that we can cut. There are occasionally items on the ground, I remember vaguely from this game, but... oh well. So anyway, next time we're going to head up, we're going to go to the Viridian Forest and Route 3. Route 2 and Route 3 rather, and see if we can't get another Pokemon to our side. Meanwhile, we have a level 2 Nidoran to try and train up. That's going to be a little tricky, I feel. But again, he falls unconscious, he dies. As does any of our monsters, so... it's important that we have backup in case of Gaspard's failure. So anyway, this is Shadowhawk 2012 Pokemon Nuzlocke Challenge. Until then.